Good welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is UsernameHere, and welcome to Season 2 of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. It's a beautiful day here on Gold Coast. Welcome, BeamNG players, Grand Marshal fans, and please chasing enthusiasts alike. We have a completely new lineup, not completely new runner, actually, completely new graphics, and a completely new season worth of please chasing here for you today. My name is UsernameHere. I am joined here by my co-commentator, Devion. How does it feel to be in a new season of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament?
It feels great. You finally get a refresh of all the cars and everything. And yeah, we're finally back to chasing, no more just sitting around the weekends being sad all day.
Yes. Indeed, yes. And once again, congratulations to the Mississippi State Trooper car for being victorious in the first season. However, the Mississippi State Trooper car, Police Interceptor, Transit Police, etc., none of them are here now because the lineup has been completely refreshed and we have a completely new set of cars. Let's go down and meet our competitors. In the first place position, hailing from the United States state of Wisconsin with gigantic freaking distracting red letters on their shield, we have the Wisconsin State Patrol car. Going to be taking that to the pole positions from the Mississippi State Trooper car, so I wonder if that would give him a potential advantage. That could definitely give him a potential advantage being in the first place pole position. However, Mississippi did not win every single round that he was in, and that could definitely impact Wisconsin's chances of victory and Wisconsin's performance here in this tournament.
Like Wisconsin, like Mississippi, are both from a U.S. state. So maybe that's a pattern here. Like, they'll just get the pole position and win the tournament. But we'll see. It's always unpredictable in these episodes.
Indeed, yes. These police chases are incredibly unpredictable, and you never really know what's going to happen. There's only one way to find out. And in the second place position, and might I add, tied with someone else for my favorite fictional police car livery design in any fictional thing ever, we have the City of Chicago Police Service Grand Marshal Interceptor hailing from Ubisoft's Watch Dogs, released in 2014. A very beautiful looking set of almost checkered blue stripes and squares and whatever on the side as well, with the shield ordaining the hood of the car, as well as an all blue light bar. I don't know if that applies here in BeamNG. I don't know if it has all blue light bar here. It might. Yeah, it does. And yes, this is one of my favorite cars. This is one of my favorite fictional police cars, I have to say. And yeah, not over the fact that I've been playing Watch Dogs 2 recently, they have now arrived at the tournament to prove what they can do. And in our third place position, we have, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, we have the LVMPD Las Vegas police car, which, by the way, really needs to get its freaking quarter panels black. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. I mean, did someone forget to throw a coat of paint on that? It looks like it's just the bare strip metal. Anyway, so yes, welcome here. That's not even the right star. That's not even what the LVMPD star looks like on the side. Hold on. The freaking police hat in the center. No, that 0 out of 10. And 0 out of 10, incredibly inaccurate. Just literally unwatchable. I would not be surprised if you just clicked off the tournament right now. But anyway, yes, it looks like the inaccurate, disgusting LVMPD imposter has now arrived to prove their merit and see what they can do here in the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. However, given the fact that they're a filthy imposter, I don't know how much they're going to be able to accomplish here. What do you think, my friend Devion?
I feel like UsernameHere is trying to make an Among Us reference with the amount of times they use the word imposter. And on top of that, I think it's a really nice looking car, and he's just hating on it for no reason. Of course, maybe the insignia is a bit wrong, but other than that, it's a pretty nice design. It's black on white. It's a panda car, so you can't go wrong with that.
It's a panda car.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like the LVMPD design. It's just the interesting thing is that the quarter panels are supposed to be flat black, not that weird gray reflective color. And the star is wrong. That's all.
I mean, think about it. That car looks purple. This looks
oh
purple.
My god, this car does look slightly purple. And yes, a little preview of the next car on the lineup.
So can you really complain that this looks a little gray when the next car is purple?
To be fair, we know that black exists because of the star is black. The star has the shade of black that we need. So does the words, and the tires, and the push bar, and the door handles. You see, the color black does in fact exist. I'm sorry that Las Vegas forgot about the color black. Las Vegas is colorblind. This is our headcanon. Anyway, in our 4th place position, we have the NYPD Auxiliary Counterterrorism Bureau, right? CTB?
Yep.
It's labeled CTB. I don't see anything that says CTB on the car, but it was labeled CTB, so whatever. Welcome to another representative from the lovely city of New York, where true crime occurs on the streets of New York. And here's the CTB car. We'll maybe see if they'll be able to accomplish something here. However, New York cars haven't really had the greatest luck. They haven't really had the greatest luck in these international interstate tournaments here. Transit Police did very well in the East Coast tournament, but not so much the main tournament, and maybe some of that poor luck might rub off on CTB. Who knows? Yes, indeed, hailing from Honolulu in Hawaii, serving as the police department for the entire for the entire island of Oahu. We have the Honolulu police car, sporting a very nice blue stripe there with a very large insignia there on the door. I think it's personally pretty good, and we'll see. Maybe the fact that we're on a coast, and Honolulu probably has plenty of experience with coasts. Maybe that'll help them a little bit here in this tournament. What do you think, my friend Devian?
Go Coast. Hawaii has a ghost. It's all coming together. Maybe this is actually Hawaii right here. We actually don't know where Go Coast takes place, but Hawaii is one of the hypotheses we have.
There's actually no... See, the thing with Gold Coast is that it's actually located on the back of a very large turtle, and as a result, it travels around the world, so it could be anywhere at once. We actually don't know where we are right now. We are in Gold Coast. It is as simple as that. In our 6th place position, and congratulations to them for being the winner of the Sonora, or is it Sorona Desert Invitational? One of them. Yeah, Grand Sonora Desert, I believe, is a real thing. But anyway, yes, we have the new BeamNG police car hailing from probably Philadelphia, honestly, because this is based on the livery for the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. However, it is not the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You can see that there, right there on the shield. It has the BeamNG logo. And yes, very much... We have a lot of congratulations and pride for them because they were able to win that invitational, and now here they are in the 6th place position, going to be going for the gold here in the main tournament. In the 7th place position, we have the River Ridge police car, and I don't know. I spent like 20 minutes looking up what this is from because the in-game description is like simply, it's from a comic that you don't want to know what it is. So me, of course, ignoring warnings, I looked it up for like 20 minutes, and the best I got was maybe, I don't know if this is true, but maybe it's from like, here, I probably still have the Wikipedia page here if I'm just going to go ahead and distract myself. Oh, a TV series. According to Wikipedia, this might be what this police car is from. River Ridge is a 2012 dramatic web series created by Tyler Ford and co-produced by Ford and lead actress Signe Coleman. So, that might be what it's from. But who knows? I guess we just don't want to know what it's from. Yeah, maybe I was wrong. But anyway, yes, welcome River Ridge Police in the 7th place position. Maybe they'll be able to make something happen. Maybe they will not. They've obviously brought a police dog with them, an emotional support dog, perhaps. That dog could definitely help them here in this tournament. What do you think, my friend Devian?
I feel like River Ridge being a mysterious background, he might do some mysterious things during the tournament. We'll see what he does, what he has up his sleeve.
Yes, indeed. Perhaps River Ridge could pull out some very interesting, mysterious, underhanded tactics. Who knows? Anything is possible. And in the 8th place position, hailing from The Walking Dead, we have the King County Sheriff Cruiser, owned and used formerly by the, I don't know if you would call him the main character, one of the main characters. I think by all accounts you would consider him to be the main character. Owned and used by the main character Rick Grimes for the duration of parts of the first episode. I think I've not actually seen The Walking Dead. I've just seen like scenes of it on YouTube and scenes of this car. But yes, welcome to the King County Sheriff Cruiser, hailing from The Walking Dead. Maybe we'll see if some of that zombie apocalypse survivalist knowledge will be able to help him here in this tournament. Who knows? That could probably maybe translate to something. I don't know. It's only one way to find out. In any event, that is it for our new lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin round number 61 here for Season 2 of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. Fasten your seatbelts, start your engines, activate your sirens, and turn on your lights, because round number 61 is about to begin. And for the first time in Season 2, they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Wisconsin moving in the front. Watchdog Chicago right there in the second. Las Vegas, CTB, Honolulu, New BeamNG, River Ridge, and King County in the back are all moving ahead to try and secure themselves that point. Wisconsin is already making some contact there. Right there, looks like the runner is already going into the ditch almost. That will be one of the quickest rounds in the history of the Grand Marshal Grand Tour, ladies and gentlemen. Las Vegas falls into the ditch with him, and there is almost no way to tell what actually happened there. We'll have to go back and play the tape because there's almost no way of telling what just happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the judges have reviewed the tape, and it will be declared that both Las Vegas and Watchdog Chicago will be awarded the point for that insanely quick first round. It's the new record for the quickest Grand Marshal Grand Tournament round we've had in the history of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. And yes, it will be a joint point awarded to both Las Vegas for falling in the ditch with the runner and Watchdog Chicago for essentially shunting the runner into the ditch. Yes, congratulations to them. That was what an insane opening of Season 2.
So yeah, it looks like it'll be 2 people being awarded the points for this round. And we'll clean everything up and move on to the second round of this episode.
And we are jumping right into round number 62, ladies and gentlemen. There goes Wisconsin. There goes Chicago and Las Vegas, the winner of that first round, followed by CTB, Honolulu, New BeamNG, River Ridge, and King County Sheriff's Department here for what will hopefully not be as quick. Looks like Wisconsin now. Oh, Wisconsin pits the runner immediately, almost right before the ditch. It looks like this might be a quick round here, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago hits Wisconsin right there in the back, and Wisconsin's trying to force the runner into the ditch and take a page from. Looks like he will be successful there, potentially. Wisconsin tried to take a page from Team Las Vegas and Chicago, but the runner will be helped out of the ditch as all 8 of the cars are now here parked, trying to stop the runner, and the runner rams into River Ridge, trying to move on ahead and gets boxed in by New BeamNG and CTB. Looks like River Ridge will be moved ahead as well, and there goes Wisconsin down into the ditch for their efforts, and Chicago Watchdogs as well as Honolulu will now be moved out of the way. But where is Las Vegas? Las Vegas is also in the ditch. I didn't even see that. It looks like Wisconsin is now being brought back up to the track. There goes Watchdog Chicago as well. So it looks like Team Watchdogs Chicago and Las Vegas is now stuck in the ditch. It's a bit of a problem for them. Very unfortunate. They had such a strong first round, and now they're stuck in the ditch. And what an unusual group of rounds that we're having here as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, maybe River Ridge Police has some tricks up his sleeve right now.
Indeed, yes. Looks like the runner is going incredibly slowly around. Looks like they haven't. They are now at the bus turn. Yes, it actually took me a second to remember what it was called. Yes, there goes Watchdog Chicago as well, moving ahead of Wisconsin State Patrol. Here comes CTB as well, right behind the runner as they go down the long ramp. CTB with a nice bit of a drift there, but they may lose it. Looks like they'll lose it. They're spinning out. They get absolutely rammed in the back, but I can't even tell who that is. That might be River Ridge. Yes, I think that is River Ridge. River Ridge taking the pole position, followed closely by King County Sheriff, and they are both closing in fast because they really want that point. River Ridge makes it, but they overshoot it. King County gets the ram right in the back, almost hits the runner into a rock. It looks like the runner is having a problem. Here comes Honolulu Police with another T-bone, and I don't know if the runner is still going. It looks like they might be, but just barely, though. Is there someone here to strike for a head-on collision? Looks like there may be. Looks like New BeamNG just barely misses it, and who's coming up here? It might be Wisconsin. In fact, it is not Wisconsin. No, here comes Team Las Vegas and Watchdog Chicago. Watchdog Chicago gets it again, ramming the runner right up into the rock with their teammate Las Vegas. And the runner is just barely moving, but considering the fact that they are boxed in by 5 different interceptors, with Wisconsin moving ahead to join the fight, I think it would be safe to say that this round is now over.
Yeah, 2 really rapid rounds so far in this episode, both taken by Chicago Watchdogs. So looks like Chicago Watchdogs will be getting another point in this episode, and let's check on the other competitors.
Here we have River Ridge Police, who is in fact stuck on a ridge. Yeah, how's that for the mysterious tactics there? Yeah, living up to their name. How about it? they're even next to a body of water. It's not really a river, but, you know, close. They had to make do. Close enough. There's no river on this map. So, River Ridge Police living up to their name, and didn't really do a massive amount that episode, I have to say. But they were definitely trying to close in for the point there at around the end of the round, but they unfortunately were not able to get it. Here is Honolulu Police right here, who did their best, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to equate to a point for them. However, very admirable effort from them, and there's still one more round left in this episode for them to be able to grab that point. New BeamNG, please, here, the winner of the Serona Desert Invitational, not really bringing some of those skills, but I have to say, these are the big leagues. These are where all of the major competitors are, and they're definitely going to have to step up their game if they want to make sure they can stay in the ranks. Over here, we have the King County Sheriff's car getting into the second place position there, actually hitting the runner as well, I believe. Is that correct? I'm an idiot, and I'm not completely sure.
I believe he got a hit on the runner, yeah.
Yes, right. Here is King County Sheriff as well, who managed to get a strike on the runner, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to actually stop the runner. And yes, that is very unfortunate for them that they weren't able to grab up a point from that. However, Screaming in the second place position definitely proves, Velasco, that you can in fact make the last place position in the lineup work for you and get yourself some points from it. So well done to them, but unfortunately was not able to grab them some points here.
I think what happened is that like he got really lucky at the ditch turn where he kind of got past a bunch of cars that got stuck there. So like he made up a bunch of positions from last place, and that's how he ended up in like I think second and got a good hit on the runner.
That is true, yes. He ended up in second, and River Ridge ended up in first as a result of the massive pileup there at the ditch. And here we have CTB, New York City Police Department, CTB, Counterterrorism Bureau, who is currently underwater. Obviously thought he found some terrorists underwater, so taking a bit of points from that would actually be considered a spoiler for that game, so never mind, I will not mention it. And yeah, that was very unfortunate for them. They were so close to the runner, but when it actually came time to stop the runner, they ended up losing it and spun out here into the water. Very unfortunate for them. And here's Wisconsin State Patrol, who did their best with that opening pit maneuver, but unfortunately it was not enough. They tried to take a page from Team Watchdog Chicago in Las Vegas's book, but it unfortunately just wasn't enough for them. And they also weren't able to handle the turn at the bottom of the incline. So yeah, very unfortunate for them. And they unfortunately were not able to get a point. However, there is still, of course, one more round left in the episode. And finally, our two winners, sort of. Starting with Las Vegas here on the right. Las Vegas screaming in with their teammates, so it looks like we're like immediately having a team here in this season too. Las Vegas, however, it didn't really produce a point for them in this particular round, but they were screaming in alongside their teammate, and they were essentially locking up the winner's side so he couldn't turn away from Watchdog Chicago. It's a very interesting strategy. However, in the end, there can, of course, only be one winner. So Las Vegas is doing very good teamwork, but they will have to eventually learn to stand alone at some point. And of course, here over on the left, we have the winner. We have the winner of that round. We have the Watchdogs Chicago police car, who just amazing performance in that round, utilizing the teamwork of their teammate Las Vegas here to secure themselves a point, getting a spectacular head-on collision on the runner as the runner was going the opposite direction, and managing to essentially hit him up a rock. And yeah, that was it. And yeah, that was an incredible performance from not only this round, but also the previous round as well. So Watchdog Chicago would be coming out strong with 2 points already here in Season 2 of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament.
So it looks like Watchdog Chicago will be the first car in this tournament in this season to get multiple points. And yeah, we'll clean everything up and move on to the final round of this episode.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the lineup for round number 63 of Season 2 of Episode 1 of Season 2 of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. We have reset all the cars, and it is time to go through the lineup for this final round of this episode. In the first place position, we have the Wisconsin State Patrol car, which had a pretty strong second round, a very weak first round, and we'll have to see what they'll do in the third round. They're definitely probably going to have to step up their game if they're going to have hopes of staying in the tournament for the long haul. However, I would not necessarily say that they are on the chopping block for elimination right here just yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised by his lack of performance because he is in the pole position, and Mississippi was able to get a lot of points from here
and win.
Yeah, but the thing is, he is able to catch the runner really well, and he does hit him, but he doesn't get the final hit that actually takes him out. That's the thing. I think he needs to work on his strategy, and not just like brute forcing every time, you know.
Indeed, yes. There are more things to police chasing than just being closest to the runner the whole time. And I believe Wisconsin has a lot to learn before they're going to be a formidable competitor here in this game. In the second place position, who has formed an impromptu team with the vehicle behind him, we have the Watchdog Chicago police car, who already has 2 points in a spectacular first round, pretty much securing as well the current record for fastest round in the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament, beating out Fairhaven City for that. And they, along with their teammate Las Vegas, they were able to secure. Watchdog Chicago was able to secure himself 2 points here already. He's so far had a 100% win rate for rounds, and that is pretty impressive. He's definitely had a lot of time and a lot of experience on the streets of Chicago, and he's going to be a very formidable competitor. He's going to be a very formidable competitor for all of the other vehicles to even think about challenging.
You know, like he could pull off a police interception, get 3 points in the same episode, and on top of that, on his debut episode, like get winning all the points would be, quite dominating, if I could say so myself.
That is true. Watchdog Chicago is poised also to sort of beat out Police Interceptor's record in a way and tie Police Interceptor for that title of being a vehicle that won all 3 rounds. And to do it on the debut episode at the beginning of a tournament season, that's just unheard of in the history of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. Over in the third place position, the teammate essentially of Watchdog Chicago, who has been working alongside them in the first 2 rounds, however, only has 1 point to show for it. We have the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Car. So yeah, I have to say they must have been pretty mad at all the salt that I gave them at the beginning of the round, because they clearly decided to make themselves an alliance and then put their best foot forward, or should I say tire forward. They clearly decided to put their best tire forward and grab themselves a point and work with the current champion and the current leader at the moment, Watchdog Chicago. So yeah, I guess they're kind of upset with being called inaccurate, and they're probably going to channel that fury into some action and some drive, get it, to win some more points and potentially even go on to win the tournament. Who knows? In the fourth place position, we have the NYPD CTB car, who I gotta say, out of all of these cars at the moment, I would say that they are the most at risk on the chopping block, because in the first episode, they did absolutely nothing. To be fair, it was a quick round. To be fair, it was a quick round. And in the second round, all the cars at least managed to stay on land. And then CTB, they had it, but then they spun out and lost it. So yeah, that was a very poor performance for them. Very unfortunate. Could, of course, just be, beginners, bad luck. Maybe they'll be able to prove themselves here and get a chance to move on to the rest of season 2. But at the moment, I would definitely think that they're on the chopping block.
Him being NYPD, like I am kind of rooting for him a little bit. I believe he can make a turn of events on this final round, this episode, and save himself from the chopping block. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
Indeed, yes, we will see. Representing the largest police department by manpower in the United States, and not really having a lot of skills to show for it. So yeah, they're definitely going to have to step up their game if they want to make the city of New York proud. In the fifth place position, we have the Honolulu police car, which, I gotta be honest, hasn't really done a lot. I do believe they did do pretty well in that second episode, but yeah, not any points to show for it. However, we of course do still have some time. They're also in the fifth place position, which tends to be a relatively decent position to be in. So there's definitely potential for them. In the sixth place position, hailing from their invitational victory, we have the new BeamNG police car, which has also done pretty much nothing, but they haven't failed spectacularly like CTB. So I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence about them. I think they definitely have a pretty good chance. I definitely think they're on the chopping block a little, but not as much as CTB. I would say if CTB wins, then maybe they would be under some pretty extreme threat. But at the moment, yeah, they're definitely going to have to step up their game to prove that their invitational win was not in vain.
Yeah, I really hope he does not get eliminated right after winning the invitation. That'd be kind of funny, but also very unfortunate if you were new BeamNG police.
I know, that would be incredibly unfortunate to win an invitational and then get eliminated immediately.
Yeah, you work so hard for it, and then it just all goes to waste because you don't score any points in the actual tournament.
In the 7th place position, we have the mysterious River Ridge Police who decided to live up to his name and perch himself on a ridge next to a river. I mean lake, because there's no river on this map. But did pretty well in that second round as well, so definitely proving that he's got the stuff and he's got the guts. However, hasn't really managed to equate to a point for himself. I also noticed something interesting about his livery and his design. The stripe actually extends to the front bumper and sort of faces, like the paint faces upward because it's on the front bumper. That's a very interesting thing that can happen sometimes with stripe liveries, so that's neat. It's also very useful because it means you can identify who it is in a sea of white cars from the front, because you can see that. That's something I actually like. I actually think this police car design is pretty decent. But we're not here to talk about liveries. We're here to talk about performance. River Ridge, I would say, is not on the chopping block. They had a very nice performance there in the second round of this episode. But they will, of course, definitely have to step up their game, or they will be eliminated eventually. Maybe not this episode, but eventually. And in the 8th place position with a pretty good performance in round 2, proving that the 8th and final place position can, of course, work. You can, of course, make it work. We have the King County Sheriff Cruiser, which I have to say also, I think that's a brighter blue than in the show. That's relevant. But yeah, the King County Sheriff's Cruiser is, much like a lot of these other competitors, going to have to play a bit better if they're going to get themselves on the radar and get some points under their belt. Yeah. In any event, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So start your engines, activate your sirens, turn on your lights, and fasten your seatbelts, because the final round of the first episode of season 2 is about to begin. Round number 63 is about to begin. And there they go, ladies and gentlemen. Wisconsin State Patrol grabbing himself a bit of contact already. We have Watchdog Chicago, Las Vegas moving on ahead. CTB in 4th, Honolulu in 5th, New BeamNG in 6th, followed closely by River Ridge and King County in 7th and 8th, respectively. Wisconsin getting themselves quite a bit of contact here. I wonder if they'll be able to pit the run. No, the runner manages to escape, so it looks like we will be having a run where the runner just about makes it to the cinematic corner. Yes, looks like we will be having a much more normal quote round here, ladies and gentlemen. Wisconsin trying to intercept the runner almost and hit them in the side, and they are unsuccessful at stopping them, though. The runner is still going, but Watchdog Chicago and Las Vegas are now hot on Wisconsin's tail as they try desperately to grab themselves a pit maneuver.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty normal so far. It's none of those like really quick rounds where everybody wrecks so quickly. And they're just, casually driving through the course.
Indeed, yes. Looks like things are now back on track here, ladies and gentlemen. Wisconsin State Patrol still holding that pole position. Could, of course, lose it, but they're still holding that pole position now. But they definitely have Team Chicago and Las Vegas hot in their tail.
Yeah, there's a slight dent on the door of the runner, but that's not really enough. Oh, whoa, there's something
someone wrecks right there in the back. Looks like a lot of the cars are actually wrecking down in this turn. Las Vegas manages to recover from it, though, and move on ahead to join their teammate. Looks like Honolulu is backwards on themselves. And there goes River Ridge and CTB, who I believe are now in the 4th and 5th place positions, respectively. Honolulu will be helped out there. There goes New BeamNG, and that only leaves King County. Where's King County?
Looks like King County is... Oh, he's stuck on the... He's stuck on the...
King County actually gets a bit stuck on the cinematic corner. That's a bit unfortunate for them. So, yeah, it looks like we'll need to give them some help. And how are things... rip their bumper. How are things going over on the runner? Over on the runner side of things?
Looks like they're just going down the long straight with cars hot on their tail.
Yes, the runner is now moving down the long straight indeed. And this is definitely much more par for the course, ladies and gentlemen. Wisconsin is probably now going to be able to utilize some of the tactics that were in employ. I don't even know if that's like the right way to say that were in use in season 1 of the tournament. However, he definitely does have a very hefty competitor behind him, and I've said that like 3 times now.
We do have a shipping container on the beach turn, so it won't be as dangerous as the previous episodes.
I noticed that much of the lineup as well has sort of been lost here. So it looks like, the runner actually is going to wreck on the shipping container, and so is Wisconsin and Watchdog Chicago, but it looks like all 3 of them will now recover from that. Wisconsin is now getting themselves some contact. Watchdog Chicago is having a really bad day, and the runner will now be helped out to keep on moving. So it looks like Wisconsin and Watchdog Chicago are now going to be moving to that 1st place position. And in the meantime, Las Vegas is now upside down, and here's CTB, surprisingly, going to try to be taking the 3rd place position.
It looks like Wisconsin's still, keeping the lead. Way better than previous times.
Indeed, yes. Wisconsin is now still keeping the lead much better than the previous rounds. Looks like they may actually catch up to the runner here now that the runner has made a full lap. They could potentially hit them into the barrier. The runner, oh, yep, that's going to look like a pit maneuver there. So good work to Wisconsin, but the runner is still going, and they're about to reach the ditch once again.
He might pit him into the ditch just from what I'm looking at.
That's true. If Wisconsin is smart here, they will pit him into the ditch. They try to pit him against the barrier, but that's not how it works. They do actually get a successful pit, but they're nowhere near the ditch. And here comes Watchdog Chicago to contest this point.
Let's see if Watchdog Chicago can get his 3rd point in this episode.
Wisconsin is desperately trying to pit, but it looks like they drive off to the side. What happened with them? Where's Watchdog Chicago as well? These two are essentially locked in combat. Watchdog Chicago as well is having what seems to be a massive problem with his front right wheel. Looks like his speed is hampered quite a bit. And his steering. Wisconsin gets themselves a nice old pit maneuver, but ends up in a T formation with the runner, who's now going back. This could be it. Watchdog Chicago gently nudges the runner, but Watchdog Chicago is now here. It looks like Wisconsin is doing something here. Wisconsin falls off the cliff, and Watchdogs, the point is here for the taking. All they have to do is hit the gas.
I don't think he can get him, though. He doesn't really... His car's pretty damaged. Let's see if anyone else is going to show up.
Watchdog Chicago has major damage to their vehicle, and they can't really secure that point. But it looks like much of the other vehicles are just kind of out of the game at the moment. There's King County. So, unfortunate for them, they kind of got screwed up at the beach turn. There's CTB crashed as well. There's Las Vegas. The runner's now stuck in a rock. Wisconsin is underwater, yep. And new BeamNG. Oh, yeah, looks like 3 cars have wiped out here on the forest turns. Yeah, very unfortunate for them.
Do you think we should just award the point to Chicago? He technically got him.
I suppose so, yeah. Wisconsin was right there, and they botched it. They choked, and Watchdog Chicago was there to essentially use the Detroit strategy and capitalize right there on that point. And even though the runner's not technically stopped, they're definitely stuck on that rock. And Watchdog Chicago, they're right here. They got it. They got it. they got it, ladies and gentlemen. Making tournament history. Watchdog Chicago has, in their debut episode at the beginning of a tournament season, has won all 3 of the rounds. Has won all 3 of an episode's rounds, just making absolute tournament history.
Yeah, it looks like Watchdog Chicago, showing that he's going to be dominating right off the spot, is definitely not getting eliminated in this episode. So, yeah, he gets the point. Let's see how everybody else is doing.
Wisconsin State Patrol, they were so close, but in the end, they choked it. That was quite the big disappointment there, unfortunately. They were just so close for so long, and they couldn't manage to bring it home in for that point. Next up, we have the first few victims of the beach turn. We have the NYPD CTB car, who managed to keep going for a little bit of a while there. But yeah, that beach turn is rough. That beach turn is definitely rough. The first few victims of the beach turn here. Same with King County Sheriff as well. He got a bit hit by the beach turn. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. And just behind him as well, we have Las Vegas, the essentially teammate of Chicago, who managed to get a point with him in the first round, but wasn't able to get some of that teamwork to get him some points in rounds 2 and 3. So yeah, ended up going down because of the beach turn. Unfortunate for him.
I know we got a couple cars stuck in the forest turn here.
All 3 of the rest of them are there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all 3 of the rest of the other cars, they ended up being victims of that forest turn. So yeah, that forest turn is rough for some of the new competitors, like New BeamNG, River Ridge, and I believe that is Honolulu. So yeah, incredibly unfortunate for them. I would say it's a bit of a rite of passage, a baptism by fire for a lot of these cars, managing to really see what a lot of those road hazards are all about. Yeah, the beach turn, as usual, is just brutal for these cars, even with the shipping container. And a lot of them showing, even Wisconsin and Chicago Watchdogs, a lot of them showing that they still have a lot to learn before they're going to be able to master it.
So judging from their performance, I think CTV should be eliminated, because he's the only one who actually just spun out and went in the pond.
Indeed, yes, a lot of these cars did perform pretty well in at least one round, or at the very least, they did nothing. However, CTB did nothing in all the rounds and spun out and botched a round in round number 2. So I would say yes, unfortunately, their performance is going to warrant an elimination here.
So it looks like Chicago will be getting 3 points in this episode. And yeah, that'll be it for today.
My name's UsernameHere, joined by my co-commentator Devion. It's great to be back in Gold Coast for Season 2 of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament, and we hope to see you guys in the next episode.